We have live team coverage of the Florida freeze.
We are in western Jackson County. Fox 35 storm tracker radar showing some really heavy snow.
The change to ice is working its way closer.
Tractor trailers that would jackknife cars and ditches. Never did I once think I would be covering a winter storm, though, in the Sunshine State.
Right now on Fox 35 News at 10, a lawsuit after a man is set on fire. Tonight, the focus on excessive force.
A Fox 35 exclusive, an arrest in the death of a young man after a street racing incident.
Why his family says the arrest isn't enough.
A flooding fiasco. How long people are going to be without water after a burst water line turned a neighborhood into a river.
Saving sea turtles from the cold.
Lethargic and cold.
How a team of heroes is working to prepare the cold-stunned turtles for a return to the ocean.
Plus, if you think it's cold now, you just wait till you see what I'm tracking for tomorrow. Even colder on the way. But tonight we begin with breaking news. Thanks for watching. I'm John Brown.
And I'm Luann Sorrell. We are hearing about a possible environmental issue forcing one ship to stay at port. Take a look. This is a live look tonight at the Carnival cruise ship Freedom, stuck in Port Canaveral. The ship is fully loaded with passengers and has been sitting at the port for hours now. Carnival representatives say the problem is based around an environmental matter, but that's all they would say. So that means the ship likely won't make its first stop in the Bahamas tomorrow morning.
Meanwhile, the Florida freeze continues, and we have more Fox 35 weather impact days on the way. In fact, it's about to get even colder over the next few nights. This is what it's going to feel like as you're heading out the door tomorrow morning, and those frosty mornings are going to stick around through Saturday, too.
Well, let's get right over to Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Noah Berggren.
Okay, Noah, we may have to wait a little bit longer for the relief, but it's coming soon.
Yeah, you know, guys, this is a down payment for how much sun we're going to have in 70-degree days. It's coming. Just got to be patient. It'll be here, and this is just a little bump in the road to some beautiful Florida weather. All right, tonight, freeze warnings in purple. Volusia County back towards Lake Sumter up to Marion County. That's where temps will be 32 degrees or lower tonight. Pick the town out closest to you, 31 in the Villages, 34 DeLand, 38 in Orlando, 41 in Melbourne. Tomorrow night, going into Saturday morning, that'll be the coldest night of the entire week by a large margin in Central Florida. We've already got freeze watches in effect, meaning if you have anything sensitive outside, plants, whatever type of crop, agriculture, you need to protect it and care for it, because if not, you're going to risk it getting damaged, especially the further north you are. We're talking about probably 2 to 5 hours at or below freezing in the freeze watch area Friday night into Saturday morning. 28 in the Villages. These are air temps, not wind chill. I know we often show you the wind chill and the temps. This is not no wind chill here. This is the actual thermometer reading. 26 Ocala, 31 Palm Coast. This is Saturday morning. So if you've got weekend plans, golf, theme parks, there'll certainly be a lot of frost delays if you were planning on golfing this Saturday morning, for example. Not that you were hitting the beach, but it'll be chilly out there as well with an onshore flow from the east. We'll talk to you much more about when some 70s return coming up in a few minutes.
Noah, thank you. And no matter where you go, you can depend on Fox 35. Download the free Fox 35 Storm Team weather app and stay ahead of these cold temperatures and track your weekend outlook right in the palm of your hand.
Got a news alert right now. This fiery scene behind us, well, you're not going to see right now, is what led to a new lawsuit this week against the Osceola County Sheriff's Office. Now, in this particular case, a motorcycle rider was tased while he was soaked with gasoline, but the attorneys say it goes much deeper than one case.
Fox 35's Manny Martinez is live in the studio tonight. So, Manny, the lawsuit claims the Sheriff's Office used immense resources to crack down on bikers for minor traffic violations.
Yeah, it's all laid out, Luann, in this 29-page lawsuit just filed in federal court. It alleges Sheriff Marcos Lopez encouraged and ratified excessive use of force, adding the sheriff even broadcast that message with videos like this one online. We have reached out to the Sheriff's Office for a response. We are still waiting to hear back tonight. Live in the studio, Manny Martinez, Fox 35 News.
Manny, thank you. All new at 10, layoffs at Legoland. The theme park confirms it is cutting back on its staff. The Legoland Florida Resort is not saying how many people are being laid off, but does confirm it involves staff from the entertainment team. Legoland says they are working to find those employees jobs elsewhere in the visitor attraction section. Well, the spokesperson says the operational changes are to help elevate the guest experience this year and beyond.
Well, a water line break in Pine Hills leaves a neighborhood without water tonight. Yeah, you can see right there the water was streaming down the road and actually through some yards this afternoon as crews worked to get it all under control and shut off. Fox 35's Chancellor Wynn is live in Pine Hills tonight with that story. So, Chancellor, what's the latest with this repair effort?
Well, right now, crews are still working even at this hour. I mean, you can see right here, you still have multiple trucks out on this roadway, a couple of workers right there that were checking on some things down the end of the street. But if we show this little area, they have lights out shining down onto this specific area, and that's where the water main broke earlier this morning. So these crews have been out here for hours now trying to make these repairs. Now, there is a bit of an issue when it comes to traffic. As you can see, this intersection, that's Ridge Terrace. So Ridge Terrace is closed, and this street that we're walking on is Bell Boulevard. And as you can see right down here near the major intersection, they have signs and caution tape blocking that area because this area is going to remain closed for as long as crews are out here trying to make those repairs. But for now, reporting live in Pine Hills, Chancellor Wynn, Fox 35 News.
Chancellor, thank you. Flagler Beach is now one step closer to rebuilding its famous fishing pier. Tonight, the City Council approved a contractor's bid for that project. It's expected to cost a little more than $15 million, with most of the money coming from FEMA. As part of the work, the construction company will demolish a part of the old pier and make repairs to some of the existing infrastructure that survived Hurricane Ian. The city wants the work done in time for July 4th of 2026. Fox 35 News at 10 is just getting started tonight. Coming up next, it's certainly cold out there for many of us, and sea turtles are feeling the chill as well. How one local rehab facility is helping these guys get warm.
And a new report shows that many Americans are struggling to pay off their credit cards. And we have a new look tonight at how many Americans are only making the minimum payment right now. Plus, the space race is back, and this time it's Mars. How likely are we to see an American flag planted on the red planet?
Plus, a 24-hour drive to support one special fighter. We explain how one team involved in the Rolex 24 is using speed to fight Parkinson's disease.
All right, check out these photos of two FWC officers rescuing about 30 cold-stunned sea turtles. This was in Gulf County, which is up in the Panhandle, but turtle rehabilitation centers across the state are being inundated with these cold turtles right now.
And that includes one facility in Ponce Inlet. Let's get out to Fox 35's Hannah McKenzie. She is live in Volusia County tonight. Hannah, good evening. How busy are they over there?
Hey, Luann and John, they are very busy. Actually, while we were there, they had another intake come in. So that sea turtle, adding to the grand total this year alone, they've taken in 27. And when release day does come, each sea turtle gets tagged. For the smaller turtles, they get something similar to like a microchip that we would have put in our dogs or cats. The larger turtles, anything over 40 centimeters, like the bigger ones and the loggerheads, they get flipper tags. Live in Volusia County, Hannah McKenzie, Fox 35 News.
So happy to hear they are getting warmed up. Hannah, thank you. Take a look at this. Some new video shows FDOT crews continuing to clear icy roads in North Florida 2 days after that record-breaking snowfall. You can see snow plows are clearing the way on I-10, and it actually made way for a portion of the westbound lanes to reopen today. Drivers, however, are still being encouraged to be cautious while driving because icy conditions still remain a threat.
All right, and Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Noah Bergen joins us right now.
Noah, the morning is looking like it's going to be a nasty one at the bus stop for the kiddos.
Yeah, you know, guys, we've been outside this evening, and you know, it's nasty out. I mean, it's like Seattle. I mean, if you've been in the Pacific Northwest, it's cloudy with winds and raw, damp, and that's what this night has become, and that's what the morning will be tomorrow. It's been a cold month, though, so far, which I will admit this was not expected. If the seasonal forecast in November, you remember when we gave it, it was for a warm winter. I still think the winter will end up really warm. It's just January specifically for about 3 weeks has been really cold. Here's the departure in Orlando. Every blue box is below, red is above, and only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days this January have been above average so far. In fact, when you average all that together, we're in the top 10 for coldest Januaries on record at MCO. So if you've noticed, kind of cold, you would be correct. So there you have the actual number to back that up, top 10. We've had 2 days in a row now. The highs failed to get to 50. The high today was just 48 in Orlando, which is a new record for today. The high temp, the coldest high temp ever on January 23rd. Previous record for that was 50 in 1960. And mind you, we've got 132 years of record keeping, and today was the coldest January 23rd in all of those 132 years. The average high is in the low 70s for today. Low 40s right now. There is some mist and drizzle, but it's falling beneath the radar, which is why you don't see it on your radar app or on our radar. With that wind, it feels like it's in the mid-30s with the mist. It's not pleasant. You see a lot of rain out there, but again, that mist will continue through the night. Fire and ice this morning. This was up in Pensacola. Cool picture I wanted to show you. Just a storm that will be talked about for a lifetime for so many people in the Panhandle, Louisiana, Alabama. My personal favorite of this event was seeing all of the dogs and the pets that have never seen snow. There was one that went viral of a husky I saw that clearly has never seen snow. It was confused, and you could tell that the DNA kicked in of the dog, like, oh, I'm supposed to enjoy this. But it's something you'll never see for a while probably again in these areas. And then tonight, beautiful sunset up in the Big Bend, and that's what we'll have tomorrow, a return to sunshine. Not much across the country other than some lake effect snow. Things are quieting down. I mean, it is cold to the north, 6 Chicago, 21 Columbus, 14 St. Louis, 19 Kansas, 8 below St. Cloud, 15 in Philly, but nothing record-breaking up there like it is here. So through the overnight, it's cloudy, it's misty, and hey, you might see a bright object in the sky tomorrow. Don't be scared. Don't be shocked. That's the sun, if you forgot what it is. You'll see it tomorrow after about 9, 10 o'clock in the morning. How about this? 4 o'clock, 0 clouds. Finally, we'll uplift our spirits with the sunshine coming back tomorrow. But it will be very cold in the morning. And again, Saturday morning, freeze warnings will probably be issued for most of the area. Freeze warnings and/or frost advisories. A couple of clouds that come in Saturday afternoon off the Atlantic, but I don't think there'll be any rain. So temps tomorrow, we're trending in the right direction. We're back above 50, 54 Orlando, 55 Sanford, 53 Ocala, 52 in Palm Coast, 55 in Melbourne, partly to mostly sunny, 61 in Miami, 60 in Fort Myers, 55 in Tampa tomorrow, 46 Pensacola, 46 in Tallahassee. So the snow that is remaining will melt. Hey, how about this for a tease? This is next Thursday. Look at that. 80 plus possible. Now, that's not going to last. That's going to lead to rain and thunderstorms probably, but there is a major warm-up from 33 freezing to look at the end of the 7-day, above 80 by this time next week. So watch out for that freeze Saturday morning, but otherwise lots of sunshine, no rain chance after tonight, really for the next week.
All right, still ahead here on the news at 10, Daytona Beach Police using some new tech to help them keep more eyes on the streets.
And it uses AI in a big way. We're going to walk you through exactly how it works. Plus, flu cases are spiking here in Central Florida. The steps doctors say you should take to stay healthy.
When the sun goes down, that's when this town lights up. Central Florida is full of energy. Your news should be too. I'm Marlisa Goldsmith. Join me late nights at 11 for the late news that won't put you to sleep.
Fox 35 Late News at 11, weeknights.
A health alert tonight. Flu cases are surging across the Sunshine State, including here in Central Florida. More than 30 counties are reporting flu spikes right now. Doctors say getting the flu shot may not help prevent you from getting sick because there are hundreds of strains of the flu out there, and this year's shot may have missed the mark. But they are still encouraging you to go get the flu shot because it could make your symptoms less severe.
You know, we're having a lot of patients who are struggling to kind of shake it, if you will, and even some who are progressing further and requiring, emergency room visits or hospital care for, pneumonias or secondary, bacterial infections that can happen after the flu as well.
Keep in mind, doctors say it takes about 2 weeks for your body to build up antibodies.
Well, the number of people making only the minimum payment on their credit cards is at the highest it's been since way. The Federal Reserve reports that about 11% of credit card holders only make the minimums right now, and the amount of balances that were more than 30 days past due, but it's still not as high as it was during the 2008 financial crisis. Average credit card rates are higher than 3 years ago, too. All right, coming up in our next half hour, after 2 years of mourning, one family can breathe a little easier tonight. How one arrest could be the key to solving a deadly case of street racing.
And we continue to follow breaking news tonight. This is a live look at Port Canaveral, where a cruise ship is stuck right there. Carnival Cruise Line says the Freedom is dealing with an environmental issue. We're going to hear from one passenger stuck on board coming up next.
Back to our breaking news right now. A Carnival cruise ship stuck in port.
Fox 35's Manny Martinez is live here in the studio tonight. So, Manny, you're hearing from the cruise line and people who are stuck on that ship.
Yeah, John and Luann, we are hearing this is an environmental issue. It's not clear what that means, only that the ship is staying put a while longer. We have gotten some calls and emails about it here into the newsroom, so we're making calls and emails ourselves here. There's a live look at the ship that's still sitting at port right now. Carnival confirms it was supposed to leave at 3:30 this afternoon, and it will likely be here for a portion of the night. Just minutes ago, we heard from a passenger who says she's frustrated and aggravated.
You know, will I lose a whole day? If I'm going to lose a whole day, you know, should they give me that? I think they should give us the option to get off at this point and rebook it.
So the ship was supposed to head toward the Bahamas for its first stop. We're speaking with another passenger right now, and we'll have the very latest as we get it at 11. But for now, live in studio, Manny Martinez, Fox 35 News.
Manny, thank you for that update. Now to a Fox 35 exclusive. The family of this young man has been waiting years for justice. Kavoy Curtis was allegedly killed by a driver who was street racing. Now an arrest was finally made. Fox 35's Kelsey Cairns spoke to the victim's family tonight. Kelsey, thank you. All new at 10:30. President Trump says putting astronauts on Mars is America's new manifest destiny.
Yeah, this comes as NASA focuses on returning to the moon, and private space companies such as Elon Musk's SpaceX look for a bigger piece of the pie. Fox 35's Griff Jenkins has that story. Well, even before President Trump was elected this time, many people on the Space Coast expressed their support for a shakeup in the space race, especially when it comes to NASA's Artemis program to get back to the moon.
He's got Elon clearly on his team, being a big part of the campaign. He's talked about Elon helping kind of revitalize efficiency of the government.
Experts also think the two could also take a closer look at the FAA.
The Senate continues to confirm members of President Trump's cabinet. His pick to lead the CIA, John Ratcliffe, is the second member to be confirmed. The president's controversial pick for Defense Secretary, Pete Hegseth, made it through a procedural vote, but senators are expected to debate his confirmation for hours, which could push back his confirmation vote back to Friday.
I left Mr. Hegseth's hearing last week with a number of unanswered questions and some real concerns about his qualifications.
The nominee himself is unconventional.
Confirmation votes for Homeland Security, Treasury, and Transportation Secretary nominees will come next. And more confirmation hearings for other contentious nominees are scheduled for next week, including Robert F. Kennedy Jr. and Tulsi Gabbard. Well, a federal judge has temporarily blocked President Trump's executive order ending birthright citizenship. Attorneys general from 22 states have sued to block that order, arguing it is a right protected by the 14th Amendment of the Constitution. The order was slated to take effect February 19th. House Republicans have sponsored their own legislation of the president's order. They hope the issue reaches the U.S. Supreme Court, whose conservative justices could rule differently than the lower court.
Also in our You Decide coverage today, Governor Ron DeSantis has now set a date for the special election to replace lawmakers who left their positions. That election will take place now on April the 1st. The elections are being held to replace outgoing state Senator Randy Fine and former state Representative Joel Rudman. Both are running for congressional seats. Also making news today, a former substitute teacher from Osceola County now charged with sending explicit sexual messages to a student. Polk County deputies say that Chase Crabb sent the messages to a 16-year-old at Haines City High School. Investigators say that he also solicited nude photographs from the teen and tried to persuade her into sexual acts. He's now facing 2 felony charges.
In Osceola County, a man accused of firing celebratory gunfire on New Year's Day, killing a grandmother, will stay in jail. jail. A judge denied Carlos Tejada's request for bond today. Kissimmee police say he was firing multiple guns when a stray bullet traveled 100 yards and killed one of his neighbors.
Florida lawmakers now pushing for an increase to parental leave. This new bill would create 12 weeks of paid leave for state employees who become new parents. Right now, state workers get up to 9 weeks of paid maternity leave for new mothers and 2 weeks off for new fathers. There's currently no requirement for private employers, though, here in Florida to provide employees with any time off following the birth of a child.
We're setting an example for employers in the state. The state government is one of the largest employers, and by putting this benefit for our employees, we show other employers in the state that this is a really good idea that they should follow.
The legislation is not scheduled a committee hearing, though, ahead of the regular session, which begins in March. All right, check this out. New technology making the streets of Daytona Beach even safer. The Zero Eyes software has been used in a lot of schools to prevent shootings. But now Daytona Beach is putting that same tech on the streets. So here's how it works. Right now, there are cameras that stream back live feeds to the police station in the Seabreeze district. Zero Eyes adds another layer of security, analyzing those feeds using artificial intelligence. They say that those cameras there are looking for guns or any other threat, and they then alert police.
From start to finish, it can be as fast as 3 to 5 seconds, giving back precious seconds in some of these incidents.
The technology is in several local school districts, but Daytona Police will be the first department in Florida to use it.
Southern California just cannot catch a break. Another wildfire broke out there yesterday right near LA, and thousands of people are under evacuation orders. Firefighters are now battling that fast-moving Hughes fire. This wildfire has already scorched more than 10,000 acres so far. Strong winds continue to create difficulties for firefighters there, and rain is also in the forecast for this weekend, sparking mudslide concerns.
Led by our Department of Public Works, has been taking aggressive measures to clear potential hazards ahead of the rainstorms.
Rainfall estimates range from just ½ inch to 1.5 inches.
All right, next year on Fox 35 News at 10, going beyond the race at Rolex 24, how a patch is going to help one team's mission this weekend.
And we may be short on a few shovels, but we're not short on muscle. We show you how Florida and other southern states are digging out of the snow they got this week. But first, we are saving you some money with the Fox 35 Pump Patrol. We haven't seen it this low in quite a while, I think. Gas is $2.84 at the 7-Eleven on West Colonial Drive. That's in Winter Garden. And we have more prices available online. Just head to fox35orlando.com.
Nightlights is sponsored by Ocean Bank, taking business further.
In the Fox 35 Sports Zone, we are less than 24 hours away from the Rolex 24.
The annual race is a test of endurance, not just for the drivers, but also the cars. Fox 35's Jessica Ely explains how one crew is making this about more than just a race. Parts of the Deep South are still digging out from this week's powerful winter storm. Plows working overtime to clear roads after that rare storm dumped heavy snow from Texas through the northern Gulf Coast. In New Orleans, some parts of that city saw a record-breaking 10 inches of snowfall. Along with all the snow and freezing temperatures, black ice is threatening drivers, leaving some people stuck on the roads.
It's extremely hard to walk on, and it's going to be even that more harder to drive on. So please stay home if you can.
Well, it's not any warmer up north. A polar vortex continues blasting Arctic air across much of the Midwest, Upper Plains, and Northeast. And Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Noah Bergeron is back with us tonight.
Okay, so we have a little more cold before the weekend warm up, and boy, we're loving that. When you say 80s again next week,
oh yeah,
oh boy, we're back.
You and John and I are searching tee times for next Thursday.
Already.
That's what we're doing. And, you know, for that race tomorrow in the Rolex 24, hopefully it's going to be cold. They know if you're planning on attending, no rain. I mean, you're dry, you're free and clear, but it's going to be chilly. Especially the next 2 nights. We've yet to see the coldest air of this spell here. All right, so tomorrow morning, out the door to work and school, 34 DeLand, 31 the Villages, 32 in Ocala, 31 Palm Coast, 36 Daytona, 38 New Smyrna. By the way, speaking of Daytona, starting maybe next week, maybe next Monday, I'll start to give you a daily update on the long-range outlook for the 500, but it does look a lot warmer this year, and hopefully drier compared to what it was last year. 28 the Villages Saturday morning, 31 in DeLand, 30 in Leesburg, 35 Daytona, 33 Sanford, Orlando, Kissimmee, 38 in Melbourne, 42 Cocoa Beach. These are the temps Saturday morning, so protect your plants, anything outside. Going to be below freezing for probably 1 to 4 hours, 2 to 5 hours, something like that, Saturday morning. There's the view tonight. You see all the wet pavement from the mist and drizzle tonight. Remember what mist is? It's when the temperature and the dew point are really close to each other, which is what we have now. Just 41 in Bithlo, 43 DeLand, 42 Sanford, 43 in Orlando. As expected today, those temps stayed in the 40s, depending on where you are. We had a big variance. Some spots had highs in the low 40s, some in the upper 40s. So it was really an interesting day there. Wind chill right now, 30s with mist. Not pleasant. 36 Palm Coast, 38 Daytona, 35 in Orlando, 43 in Kissimmee. Pretty uncommon stuff for Florida. Yes, it gets cold here, but to have 2 days with rain like we've had, it's a little out of the ordinary. 38 again, your low. These are the Orlando numbers Friday morning. 33 Saturday morning. So if you're a theme park goer on Saturday, dress warmer than you think, bring a heavier jacket. You can shed it maybe in the afternoon, but it's cold when the park's open. If you've got golf plans Saturday and you've made a tee time and you're not aware of this, heads up. You're probably, if it's an early tee time, frost, because it's a clear sky and light wind. Remember, light winds mean frost. So a lot of frost delays there. Any other errands in the morning, it's a cold start. Then temps get back closer to normal next week. All right, so no actual rain. It's just mist out there tonight. Lake effect snow to the north. Things are quiet right now. I think the next big storm in the U.S. is probably the end of next week, and we will see what that brings us, but probably just some rain, I would say, right now. A lot of cold. There is some warmth in California. It's 69 now in Los Angeles. Overnight, mist and fog through about maybe 4 or 5 in the morning. Then the sun's out, and it turns out to be a beautiful day tomorrow. Look at the temps for next Thursday. We're into the low 80s. 81 in Sanford, 81 in Kissimmee, 81 St. Cloud, 80 in the Villages. So if you're not a fan of the cold, this is what's coming. So here's the southeast next Thursday, 75 Miami, mid-70s Tampa, 61 Tallahassee, and 62 over in New Orleans. Hey, a quick update, by the way, on the fire situation out west. New fires have gotten underway, unfortunately, in Los Angeles. There's another Santa Ana wind event getting underway tonight. The Eaton fire, which started, obviously, big headlines last week and the week before, is now mostly contained. There's a new one out here that's only 24% contained, and there's a couple of other smaller ones in there, but still a really big headline for those out there at Southern California. We're thinking of all the people who've been severely impacted from losing everything in those fires. Here at home in Florida, it's cold. Weather impact day the next 2 days, mainly for the morning cold, especially Saturday morning. Heads up for that. Upper 60s Sunday, low 70s Monday, rocking and rolling into the 70s by the middle of next week, and we should be touching 80 or so this time next week. John and Lou.
Can't wait. I'm tired of being cold, Noah. Thank you. Well, coming up next here at 10, Universal opening a brand new hotel. It's all part of the highly anticipated Epic Universe. We're giving you a look inside coming up next.
And it's the impossible task. Make a 94-foot putt and you win a Porsche. You know we wouldn't be showing you this video unless the impossible happened, right? All right, before we head to break, you're taking a live look over downtown Orlando. Great Thursday night, warm up on the way, and the weekend is almost here.
Fox 35 News is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
Fox 35 News Plus is real, it's raw, it's unscripted, it's news happening now. I'm Garrett Weimer, Fox 35 digital journalist, streaming on Fox Local.
Universal Universal, the park's newest hotel, opened its doors to the public. The Stella Nova Resort is the first part of Epic Universe, and the space-themed hotel features 750 rooms and is designed to simulate the experience of space travel.
The number one perk by far is what's directly behind me. I mean, this is, as of right now, the closest you can get to Epic Universe with a stay. It was very cool. This is a huge window behind me. So we were able to push the bed up right against the window and literally lay out and look out over the park. Universal is testing this park every single day. Just last night until 1 in the morning, they were testing out the Stardust Racers roller coaster, and you could actually see it shining up in the sky.
Wow, that hotel looks really cool.
I want to go.
Yes, once Epic Universe opens in May, the park says there will be a walking path leading from that hotel directly to the park.
All right, look at this. When a basketball fan in Nebraska put his putting skills to the test last night, if he makes this full court putt, he wins a brand new Porsche. So, what do you think happened?
He made it.
That's unbelievable. I nailed it right in the middle. The crowd went crazy. He went crazy. And a night at the basketball game, and he walks away with a brand new Porsche.
That's
and
pretty
people are saying, yeah, but I'll have to pay taxes on it. Okay.
All right.
I got a brand new Porsche. I'm good with that.
Or I can sell it and keep the money.
Yes, you can do that too. But he made the putt. All right, late news at 11 coming up next.
Stay with us. We're back with more news in just a few minutes.